of our body very easy because we're not moving our lymph systems. Well, look to the kidneys and adrenal glands. Real important to that. Clinic number. That should be on our videos, but it's 941 area code 255 1979. Panic attacks, adrenals. As I read your comments, Ricky, I can tell that you need to work on your kidneys and adrenals like all of us. I don't think much about carbonated water at all. Carbon dioxide isn't my choice to inhale. Very acidic. Also the formation of phosphoric acid, soda pop, all of these acids here. We're already acid enough, and bringing more into the body is corrosive and only hurts us. So I don't think much at all about that, to tell you the truth. Panic attacks are always the adrenal glands. That's the autonomic nervous system. Raw foods do strengthen your bones. The problem is, in a detox situation, you can, especially if you jump way up into a raw food diet. And I think I told you about my first client 40 years ago who came in from New York, and she lost all her fingernails. And she said, look, all my fingernails fell off. And I said, well, what have you been doing? She said, well, I heard about this ashram in the Bahamas, and they offered like a 3-month course on meditation, of course, and fasting, fruitarianism, and body cleansing and things. And so I said, did you do it? She said, absolutely. I said, it was fun, wasn't it? She said, absolutely. I had a good time. She said, I asked her, I said, well, did you just do that, just jump into that lifestyle from a typical New York City girl eating habit, the standard American diet? She said, well, yeah. And I said, well, that's why. Your body starts cleaning itself out. It'll start removing weak tissue. And that's what medical doctors don't understand. Detoxification can take you down. So if you go slow, okay. Those with cancer don't recommend you go slow. And so if your body tears itself down, okay, it'll build itself back. So don't sweat the small stuff. Get the cancer out. Move that lymph system out. Coconuts, excellent. I've always recommended coconuts. I've used them on babies. I've got a new baby formula coming out that's really good. And, now the coconut is awesome. You notice that? Why wouldn't it be? God produced it. Now, this question is a good question. You're talking about acid fruits. I lived 6 months on oranges, navel oranges, but this was by an organic grow by an old Southern Baptist guy. And these oranges, when you ate them, there's no association to the word acid. They were sweet as honey. They were almost like bejeweled dates. They were nectar. And it seemed like with every bite, I got a buzz just from eating them. That's the way it should be. When we eat our food, we should be high and happy from eating our food. But we don't raise good food. We pick fruit unripe. The sugar is the alkalizing sweet stages. Important because that's the food we like. If you noticed, man, we're frugivores. I can't believe man that doesn't understand that we're frugivores. What other species do we look like? A little unnatural to see a primate eat meat, isn't it? But fruits have an alkaline reaction if you can get them fairly ripe. The pineapple, maybe not. Trouble with pineapples, they're picked really green, and the only true fruit that ripens nutritively is the banana. That's the only one. All other fruit, that's it. And the only way fruits ripen after you pick them unripe is fermentation. That's why you don't have that flavor, you don't have that juiciness, you don't have the nectar. So it's hard to get healthy in America, guys. So, but I don't stop. I like acid. I like your oranges, your grapefruit, your lemonades, stuff like that. I don't do much else in that category, the blueberries and things. But the berries I'm okay with. Strawberries, be organic before you use them, okay? Let's see if there's anything else I cover. I don't want to make this one too long here. This morning I was blaming the fruit. Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah, I mean, we tend to blame the fruit, but I can tell you this. When you come off of stimulating foods and you go on raw, those with weak adrenal glands are going to feel more tired, even though you're eating foods that, one, the sugars are more dynamic, two, the magnetic energy is way out there, and a lot of people feel tired. A lot of my clients come in and say, I got to have a piece of meat for energy. What does that tell you? They have extreme adrenal weaknesses. Their nervous system's weak, and they've been pumping themselves up with epinephrine. They've been giving them a shot of epinephrine, but through the meat. And when you take the meat away, there's no more epinephrine. The adrenals go, your nervous system drops. Well, you got to build it up. You got to build your adrenals up. So for those that eat meat, okay, I would do meat, if you're going to eat meat, I would do it maybe once a week, twice a week at best, and I'd eat it with a salad. I wouldn't eat my meat with anything but a salad. You know, protein and starch does not combine at the same meal at all, and you can feel that, those of you that do that, it's a horrible combination, and that includes beans or nuts. When you're detoxifying, I don't recommend any protein, including nuts. If you get trapped on this eating a lot of nuts, you won't feel much better, guaranteed. Drop the nuts, drop the beans, drop all the proteins. Man's got this fetish with proteins, and there's no reason for it. It isn't the key food that man needs. There's amino acids in every fruit. There's amino acids in every vegetable. But it's the sugar that's the main need of every cell, not amino acids. And you never want to burn a protein to get sugars. That was Atkins' philosophy, and he killed a lot of people doing it. And that was out of the Pure Stupid book. And yet people bought into it. All brave, Ricky, all brave people fear death? Nah, brave people don't fear death. You know, there's nothing to fear. You don't go anywhere, Ricky. There's nowhere for you to go. You're always with yourself. And even after death, there's nowhere. What's death? That's just dropping your bodies. And there's plenty of bodies. You got several bodies you can drop. But you don't go anywhere. There's nothing to fear, guys. Death is an easy, a fun doorway to go through because the adventure gets better. This is where the adventure isn't so good right now. We've got so much corruption in the governments and everywhere else. Someone asked me who I'd vote for. Ron Paul. You know, I'm for the Tea Party, of course, but I'm a constitutional person. I believe in the rights in every one of you. I believe God put you here to enjoy yourself on this lovely planet. Rock spinning through space, and anybody that takes that freedom away, but I also believe that you don't hurt anything. I believe you don't hurt anybody with that kind of thinking. If you understand karma, no one would hurt anybody because you're going to get paid back, and it's not the court system that's going to pay you back. So learn karma. All spiritual giants, including Jesus, taught it, and simply you reap what you sow. Do you have to brush our teeth with that toxic crap? You know, use any type of sodium bicarbonate or something like that will be fine for the teeth. What vitamins should I take? I don't recommend any vitamins and minerals. Take a superfood blend. We've got them. I've got a great superfood blend. I've got all kinds of famous people on it. I've got all kinds of people on it. Superfoods are superfoods like royal jelly, alfalfa, kelp. I mean, these are great things. They're energetic, they're whole in their chemistry, they won't create antagonistic chemistry, highly, and of course that's nutritive. And it has chemistry we haven't discovered yet. The nano levels, if you will. It has everything God put into things. So take a superfood blend. Don't take, I'm not into palm scum, that's blue-green algae, chlorella. You know, back to that protein, that, you know, man's lost in that kind of thinking for some reason. And I never went there. I don't use palm scum. I never use probiotics or digestive enzymes. That's ridiculous. You know, when you detoxify, if you're on drugs and you detoxify your body, the two that's really important to watch out for is if you're on high blood pressure medications and you're on insulin. Outside of those two things, because your blood sugar is going to come down on a good detoxification.